Hey there, guys. It's me. It's Diane Cunningham Ellis, and I wanted to get on and share with you about what we call the cycle of discovery. And I have it here at the front of my awesome notebook that is filled with Nourished Life Club information, worksheets, trainings, post-it notes. Always need more post-it notes, right? But more importantly, the the material that we have, including all sorts of habit trackers. It's great stuff, right? And oh, let me show you some more great stuff. This one right here, this one is very helpful to see where we are when we're nourished and where we are when we're not nourished. But I wanted to get on it and explain the process, the journey. And so let me go ahead and pull up a screen. But before that, I want to show you a couple pictures. My name is Diane Cunningham Ellis. I'm the founder of the Nourished Life Club. And I create the things that I need. And it started out with it wasn't a book like this. It became a book later, but it started out as a concept I was practicing. Why? Because I have weighed 50 pounds more than now, and I have weighed 30 pounds less than now. I have been addicted to everything from shopping to drinking to food to men to people pleasing and a lot of other things in between, fixing people through being a counselor. And so Nourish is a concept that came to me a year ago in the year 2019. And so I really was beginning to leave the practice. Like, it's not about losing weight. And it is about, for me, it was about losing some weight. Because you know what? The weight we carry that's extra is weighing us down. Amen to that. And you might be carrying extra weight, or you might be carrying extra mindset weight, or you might be carrying extra weight in your home, and you might be carrying all of the above. But I have to get willing to be willing to let go of some of that and let go of my preconceived notions, let go of my expectations, let go of what I think I will do and think I won't do. Never say never, because there's going to be things that maybe don't work for you anymore. You are a different woman than you were a year ago. You are different than you were 10 years ago. The food that your mom gave you when you were 5, maybe you need to try it again. It might not be as horrible as you thought it was then. And a lot of my clients and myself, we get stuck in the muck. Oh my gosh, we just get stuck in the muck. So when I am not nourished, I'm stressed, I'm in addictive behaviors, I have insomnia, I'm overgiving, I'm isolated. I'm in chaos. I have a lack of boundaries, that's for sure. I get into shame. I have a lot of fear and anxiety. I have a lack of a food plan, lack of exercise. I'm living in resentments, anger, a bunch of stuff that's yucky, lack of willingness, lack of consistency, lack of awareness of all of these things that are actually right in front of me. And I get into perfectionism, which is a total myth and lie and ruse. There is no such thing. And I end up with a lack of purpose. So this is all when I am not in a healthy mindset. When I'm not in a healthy mindset. And so when I am sitting here at my desk, I keep a couple pictures. I've got a lot of pictures of myself in front of me, and I'm going to show you a couple. I'm going to show you these first. This is me as a little girl, and I am looking with a sense of awe and wonder at something. Awe and wonder. I'm being held by my mom, and she's leaning back, looking at something. Oops, there it is. And then here's another really awesome picture I have found recently, and it's me in a little swimsuit. Just so happy, delighted. And, good to hear. And then I also have this picture of me. This picture of me right here. And this is me at probably my highest weight, 203-ish. You stop weighing after a while. 203-ish. And I was younger. I was in college. And I was, pizza wasn't helping, right? And I was in pain. I was hurting. I was hungry for love. and looking for it in the pizza box, probably, or looking for it at the buffet, looking for it in the booze, looking for it in all sorts of places that we're not healing and helpful and nourishing. And I keep those nearby. Why? Because I don't want to forget that she is me. She is me. And when I am not nourished, I can want to go back. I can want to revert back to old behaviors, old thinking, old mindsets, old ways of coping, old ways of coping. And by the grace of God, I have over 7 years of sobriety and have some tools in my tool belt that keep me from going straight off into Never Never Land. Let me show you the opposite of this. So the opposite is when I am nourished, we end up over here on this page. And this page has freedom and community. And it has love, and I get some healthy sleep. I have some exercise and healing. I have some routines that are helpful to me and nourishing. I have willingness. I have play in my life. I have trust in myself. I have choices, whether I'm going to eat this or eat that, or choose not to eat either of those things because they aren't the right thing for my body. I have energy, purpose, and passion. I have a lot of gratitude. And we've got to go back to the very beginning, which is awareness. So let me go ahead and show you what I wanted to tell you about today. And we're going to walk through it on the screen. And so let me just go ahead and pull this up for you. This is what I call the Nourished Life Club Cycle of Discovery. And this is what we do in the group. This is what I'm teaching in the group every single week, day, month. Now, when we have our conversations, Facebook Live or Zoom or all of the different ways we gather, and it is a cycle of discovery. So let me scroll down here. The Nourished Life Club experience is a cycle of discovery and investigation. Phases that can happen in a few minutes, hours, days, weeks, or months. Ongoing awareness and pivoting, learning and adapting. So you'll see here we start at the top. And we are in the awareness. We're in the awareness. And let me see if I can make this a little bit smaller for us. So let's see if we can do that. Maybe not. Not right now. So I'm going to keep going. So the awareness, and you recognize that you want more nourishment. You struggle with perfectionism, people-pleasing, overgiving. Now, this might be you. This has been me many, many times in my journey. I became a counselor. I have my master's degree in counseling for a reason. Why? Because I was immersed in all this and knew enough that I needed help, and then knew enough that everybody else needed help, and knew enough that everybody had a story. Everybody has a story. You have a secret story, and then the story you share all the time. So you might struggle with a lack of self-care, schedule, boundaries, food plans, sleep trouble, lack of intention and awareness, lack of rituals and habits that heal. So we start here with the A, and this is where it becomes a little action plan. Hint, hint. Nourish is an action. So then we go over into the clarity. This is where we start establishing some of the baselines. Where are we? Where are you with your weight? You know, what's the number? What are your food habits? What is your mindset? What is your sleep situation? Are you getting any play? What are your daily routines? This is where we begin logging, tracking, and getting just aware, some clarity. We do data gathering here, and we start doing some truth telling. These arrows really are a part of all of it because we're always going back and around. I'm always gaining more awareness every single day. I'm always going to be gaining more clarity. Then we go down here into the official section for the T, the tracking. We make an initial plan for your habit change process. So in our group, we have a theme and topic every single month. And we can only change so many things at once. And so we focus on 2 or 3 small changes, addition or subtraction. We have a really awesome form in the book. It's called the Habit Change Worksheet. Habit Creation Plan. There it is. Habit Creation Plan. And you get the access to this as a PDF instantly when you join. Or this is available on Amazon, called the Nourished Notebook. So tracking, we begin to look into these micro habits, the logging and the awareness. I track a lot of things. And I have for a long time. And it's increasing. And so here's one that just is sitting right next to me that I use all the time. This is my tracking of my exercise and the meetings I attend, my 12-step meetings. And I keep track, and it's changed and evolved over the years. And I've got the entire year in here. Here's January. I can look back because my mind plays tricks on me. I don't know about you, but my mind plays tricks on me and says, oh, you haven't exercised. Well, I can look right here and say I did. Or I can think the opposite. I either think I'm way better or I think I'm way worse. It just happens. So tracking. And then we go to the I in the action, and that's investigation. Investigation. We assess and adjust. This is the investigation stage. My husband's a private investigator, and so he is a deep dive fact gatherer. So this is where we assess and adjust. We try new foods, new movements, old movements that used to work. We try new mindsets. We are in discovery. We are like a roving investigator reporter. It's like an archaeological dig on ourselves. We have to be in willingness here. We have to do a lot of body listening. Does this food work for me, or is this just the plan somebody handed to me 20 years ago, 10 years ago, two days ago? And we have to begin to listen to all of that and have life attention. Recognition without judgment. This is where we don't beat ourselves up. We do the progress, not perfection plan. Repeat stage 2 and 3 over and over again. So I'm always going to be adapting. Does this food work? How do I feel after I eat it, while I'm eating it, and the next day? Because there's things that I don't eat at all anymore that I used to eat constantly. You know, and that has changed. My body has changed. My mind has changed. My life has changed. So what I ate when I weighed 20 pounds more than now is different. And the medications I'm on this year than 2 years ago is completely different. And as you age, guess what? We're going to age. Craziness. So investigation. And then we move back over to the O in the action options. There's all sorts of options. We just get tunnel vision. Awareness of more options. Mental health improvement. Habit transformation is happening here. This is where we begin to integrate all of this. Tweaking of the food plan, ongoing tracking, boundary setting. So you'll see here, there's a lot of overlap, which is why we have the arrows. And then the final piece, and then you just loop back and around again and again, is nurture. Nurture the new nourishing habits. Yes. Practice these actions. It's all a practice, my friend. It's all a practice. Today I'm going to practice being a businesswoman, being a woman in recovery, being a wife. I'm going to practice video recording. I'm going to practice email writing. I'm going to practice all the things that are pieces to the puzzle for me. I'm going to build lifestyle behaviors. I'm going to implement and integrate, and I'm going to do the nourished living. So this is what we do. This is what we do. This is our journey here in the Nourished Life Club, and I wanted you to see it very clearly. And for those of you that are already in the Nourished Life Club, hopefully you understand it better now. And for those of you that are on the waiting list, get on the waiting list. And for those of you that are considering joining us, we open the doors a couple times a year, and we have so much great stuff in the vault, in the members area, in the Facebook group, and every single day we're adding more. Every single day we're adding more. Why? Because it's a one day at a time gig. I don't get to do this just once. Why? Because guess what? I'm still alive, and I have food to eat today, and I have exercise that I've already done today, and I have phone calls, Zoom meetings, conversations to have, decisions to be made. I've read recently that there's 250 food decisions that we make each and every day. Now, wow, that's a lot. That's in addition to all of the other decisions. And a lot of us have food fatigue, food decision fatigue, and we have decision fatigue. If you don't know what those are, go look them up. But it's where we just have so much and we get so overwhelmed. And I know a lot of you feel overwhelmed. So come back down to the basics. Just come back down to the basics and practice just for today. Practice one of my main concepts that we teach, be brave today. Just for today, I can live without a lot of different things. And I have. And I keep track of things I've released by years, by days, by weeks. And there's a couple I've released this year that I know today is a 60-day milestone for me and something I've let go of. And again, I've got 7 years of recovery. But that doesn't mean that I don't get to practice those principles today. My name is Diane Cunningham. This is all about the Nourished Life Club. And you can find out more on my website, dianecunningham.com. Can't wait to see you there and see you in the group. Bye-bye.